Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today we have ourselves a juicy crypto update on Cardano and ADA. So let's quickly check it out. Cardano's most crucial update for 2022 goes live. What does this mean? So checking it out, there's a network update. Today we have proposed the next parameter update as we continue to increase Cardano network capacity in line with the plan. The proposal will increase block size by a further 8 KB, taking it from 72 KB to 80 KB. But that's not all, folks, that's not all. As we quickly have described here, Cardano's block size will increase by 11%. Also, Cardano transactions can now utilize the increased CPU, i.e. the number of PlutoScript memory units, and it kind of goes on here with multiple different things, but let's quickly check out the series of tweets to kind of consider everything that's going on. Latest adjustment is an increase of about 11%. In addition, an update proposal has also been triggered to increase PlutoScript memory units per transaction on the Cardano mainnet from the current 12.5 million to 14 million, an increase of 1.5 million, of course. The increases to block size and memory units will both take effect at the boundary of Epoch 319, which is basically I guess we've talked before a couple of times about how Cardano works in epochs, right? It's basically just the next phase. So just, again, it's in a couple of days here. I'm not exactly sure what best way to explain it is. It's epoch because it's an epoch. I should have thought about that a little bit more before I started saying, basically. It's just the next little update point, basically, which is in a couple of days right now, like checkpoint. And are all in line with our announced plan to scale and optimize Cardano's throughput. Together, these enhancements will provide additional resources for PlutoScripts to improve DApp user experience while increasing overall network capacity. And this adjustment forms part of a planned series of network optimizations. Cardano will continue to be steadily optimized in a series of measured steps this year, carefully and methodically scaling Cardano for future growth as demand increases. Now, continuing observation of real-world performance and the cumulative impact of parameter changes is key throughout this process. Following each update, we carefully monitor and assess the network response over at least one epoch, which is about 5 days, before continuing with further adjustments. The network has been designed to safely manage high peak loads, and throughput will steadily improve as we continue to optimize. This latest change will continue to improve the user experience. And by the way, a couple of side notes, guys. If you're watching this far into the video, make sure you press that like button. All right, make sure you press that like. Let me put it like that. Make sure you press that like button. But also, I'm trying a different little light here. Again, the problem is, guys, I'm in a specific hotel room here that has not got a specific desk light here that works well. And I looked in the stores and I couldn't find a proper one. So they all have a yellow light. And then I would have to go to 2 stores to get a light thing and then a light bulb. So I'm like, you know what? In a couple of days, once I'm in a different place again, I'll just ask for a light again, see if they have it. If not, then I'll go to the store and get another proper lighting setup. But hopefully this works. So yeah, let me know about that in the comments section. And guys, put down below what crypto you'd like us to make an update on next, so I know, All right, please expect to see increased and often significant load around highly anticipated new DApp launches and large NFT drops. Remember, these are no failed transaction fees on Cardano. There are no failed transaction fees on Cardano. We're committed to delivering the Basho scaling phase of the Cardano roadmap through 2022 as the ecosystem grows, improving speed and additional network capacity, all the while maintaining security and an ongoing commitment to secure decentralization. So, sounds beautiful as of this point. Let's quickly check out what the article wrote about it. So, key element in Cardano's scaling plan. What's the pipelining? Besides that, Cardano is on the eve of a major upgrade to the consensus layer, so-called pipelining. This advance completely changes the logistics of Cardano, the logics of Cardano transactions propagation. There we go. Pipelining or diffusion pipelining allows the blockchain to overlay transaction phases instead of launching it one after another. It significantly increases the speed of transactions execution and the net transaction throughput of the network. So here's without pipelining, here's with pipelining. You might say, oh, there's no difference. Look at these smaller blocks on the side that here are no longer there. All right, pipelining creates the technical basis for CPU, Pluto's memory limits, and block size improvements. So it's just making things better. I mean, it's a difficult way to say they're improving things just in a simple manner. It's called pipelining, but that's just an arbitrary name. It doesn't really matter whatever they chose, right? It's just making these things more efficient and better. What will change for users and developers? To be honest with you, not really a crazy amount. If you're just a normal average user, it's not like you're going to really notice the difference. But they said, first of all, ADA is said to become more attractive for high-performance DApps like decentralized exchanges and NFT marketplaces. Well, yeah, of course, we got quite a lot of DeFi. Actually, no, we got quite a lot of TVL, total value locked expansion. And because of the decentralized exchange that they're talking about here, that's why the jump basically was caused, most likely. So Cardano's TVL jumps over 9,000% in January, thanks mostly to Sunday Swap launch, and nice little ice cream right there. They're making steps towards the right direction. Are they going quickly? Absolutely not. But that also depends on your own perspective, you know. In some sense, Cardano is taking its first steps towards becoming like the rest of them, and it's been really lacking for just such a long while. That is why, from a certain perspective, this looks like a really big deal. From another perspective, it might look like a letdown. If we compare it to any other network out there, it is extremely shallow and stupid because they're not far at all. If you compare it to Cardano's past, this is really big progress and really big steps towards the right direction. Because again, Cardano never promised to do things quickly. They promised to do things in the best way they possibly could do, using technology and ideas that are already out there or that they've peer-reviewed, so to speak. So it's also not surprising that Cardano is not the quickest one to get the highest TVL, so to speak. They're the long-term game. Then the indicators of the existing DApps will be advanced. They will work faster and in a far more resource-efficient manner. Once more, you'll not notice a difference, but okay. Last but not least, Cardano will be able to onboard a more sophisticated DApp architecture, which you'll not notice, but it's a cool idea. It's a good idea, and that is why ultimately we are excited about it. And that's, I guess, the most important part about it anyway, right? That we understand what's going on and we are kind of excited about the whole process. All right, guys, and I believe a couple of weeks ago, we covered this article right here. Here are the 11 ways Cardano is planning to scale in 2022. Now, on the same website, and as kind of a response to that article, they wrote this. Cardano adds over 100 smart contracts in just 2 days, highest ever jump. As well, we've seen it now, Cardano is really trying to expand quite rapidly, and they're making no jokes about it anymore. They're trying to expand, they're trying to get towards the top, and again, relatively, it is not that amazing, but percentage-wise, it's pretty damn good, and it's, again, putting in all the parameters for Cardano's, I guess, difference to any of these other ones. Like, we can actually compare it to almost any other project out there, like Ethereum, for example. But as I said before, Cardano does not have the same approach. They don't have the same idea. And so it's not really fair to measure them on the same stick. You know, it's like comparing apples to oranges. Cardano is its own realm, its own idea, its own process bar, basically. And for their own process bar, they're making some very heavy steps. And again, all I can say about that is I'm very proud of the way and how they're doing these things. All right. Then on the same note, but also kind of not, Cardano Millionaire whales have increased holdings by 40% in January. You got to remember one thing for yourself as well. These videos are in no way, shape, or form financial advice or legal advice. And so please, guys, don't buy just because I said I'm buying. Please always do your own due diligence. It should be common knowledge, but just to make sure people understand, these videos are not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. All I'm doing is reporting on whatever I found online and giving my opinion about it. Sometimes it's not even fact, you know? We just discuss things, so understand that properly. Having said that, it is, I think, quite logical that people are stacking up on Cardano right now, mostly on the idea that it's been pretty undervalued. The price has gone down drastically from third in the rankings all the way down towards 6 at only about $1 right now, like 1/3 the price it was a couple months ago. But more importantly, the value has gone down, even though the use case and the real building of Cardano has only just begun. And we're right now seeing quite a couple of increases in, again, just the fundamental layers of Cardano. Like these smart contracts are the first of the first. We're talking about a freaking 1,000, right? When others are at the almost hundreds of thousands, it looks like. From that perspective, Cardano is really in its infancy stages for getting actual deployment, getting actual activity. And so it's kind of crazy if we were to actually let go of coins right now. But in reality, I think we should just start to accumulate the coins right now or get into it right now. And so if you're asking me, is Cardano a good buy? I'm going to say it's still fairly expensive for where I last bought. You guys all remember, right? The majority of my Cardano was bought between 2 and 3 cents. I made videos about it at the time as well. And so for me, it feels really expensive. But in terms of where Cardano is about to go, I do think the $1 valuation is very low. Again, those are just my thoughts, and I will be hoarding this crypto for a very long time, into oblivion, I guess. And I've also, I think, said that 1,000 times already. I'm just holding this coin, not going to sell it, at least for now. Still have a very, I guess, high expectation for the near future and longer term. as again, Cardano is not a real short-term type of project, and we shouldn't really value it that way either. The value right now, the $1, it's really nothing or peanuts in comparison to where it could be heading. Going from the perspective that right now they're just at the start and they were already so valuable, just kind of fathom where they could be if they actually get all the deployment and all the features in that they are planning to go for. And with all the other cryptos, they've already been completed and they're trying to upgrade whatever they have. Cardano's like, we're not there, we're trying to build something, let's get there. And that's, I guess, kind of where Cardano's still in right now. So yeah, good road ahead. They're doing a freaking good job. A lot of cool upgrades to cover over the next couple of months, hopefully as well. And yeah, whales are accumulating for that same reason, I think, because they know Cardano is just starting to pick itself up. And right now it's ridiculously cheap for where it's most likely heading. All right, but that was it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today.